If I told you that there is a way that you could reduce the cost of your brand new electric car by half the price, what would you say? I thought so. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So lovely to have you here today. My name is Carina darling, and if you're new to my channel, you are very welcome. In this channel, I like to talk about everything personal finance. I talk about self-development. I talk about wellness, in particular self-care and self-love. I also dabble into travel here and there. So if these are things that you enjoy, you are in the right place. So please like and subscribe, and also share this video with friends and family that you think it will be of benefit to. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how you can buy a brand new electric car in the UK for almost half the price. In the UK, we spend tons and tons of money on our car insurance, on financing our cars every month, every year. Sometimes it can go from hundreds to thousands depending on the kind of car you've chosen to purchase and also whether you choose to put it on finance. If I told you that there is a way that you could reduce the cost of your brand new electric car by half the price, what would you say? I thought so. So stay tuned as I go through the ways that you could potentially save close to half the price, if not more than that. I will run you through two options that you can potentially buy your electric car. We will go through how the numbers differ depending on the option you choose, and of course how you can save money. And thirdly, I'll be looking at other factors to put into consideration before purchasing your electric car. For simplicity, I'll be assuming that you're purchasing this car outright, and I'll also be using a Tesla Model 3 long range dual. Currently on Tesla website, this car is on the market for 50,990. This is the figure I'll be using for this illustration. The first scenario I'm going to look at is for those who are employed, so PAYE, you pay tax and you receive the net income of your salary. From that net income, you will be purchasing this Tesla Model 3 at 50,990. I'm also going to assume that you're earning 80,000 a year. On 80,000 a year, you will be paying income tax of over 19,000 pounds and national insurance of just about 5,000 pounds, which would leave you at about a net income of 55,450 approximately. If you take out the 50,990 from your 55,450 that you've earned after tax, you're pretty much left with 4,460. So that's the profit that you have, and that's the money that you have left after purchasing your Tesla Model 3 outright on a PAYE, paying tax at source and then getting the net income. The other option you have is to buy this car as a company owner and buy it through a limited company. And buying it as a limited company means that you have to have had a business that is running and hopefully making profit. I'm going to again assume that with this business it has made a profit of 80,000 per year. I won't be going into a lot of detail in this video in terms of how you can save money as a self-employed or perhaps as a business owner or under a limited company. I'll be linking that video, and I'll actually make another video on the tax advantages. If this is a video that you're interested in, please leave a comment and I'll make a video in this area. Buying an electric car in this instance is very tax efficient. So 100% of the cost of the purchase of the car, if it is an electric car, is tax deductible at the end of your financial year. So if you made a profit of 80,000 in this case and the car is worth 50,590, we will be deducting that from the 80,000 which you would have ordinarily paid tax on. I'll be going further to do that calculation for you to see, but in the meantime, I just want to highlight some of the benefits of having a company. One is tax deductible, and two, you can have a lower benefit in kind rate. I'll be going into a lot more detail of how this is beneficial later on in this video. Using the Tesla scenario, the business has earned 80,000 in profit this year and you're choosing to purchase the Tesla. So instead of paying corporation tax on the total amount of 80,000, which is your profit, because you're looking to purchase an electric car, car and the Tesla in this scenario, and you're paying 50,990, that will bring down your total profit to 29,010 pounds. So in effect, your corporation tax is reduced by the total amount of the Tesla because it is 100% deductible. As a business that makes 80,000 in profit, as you may be aware, corporation tax has gone up in April to 25,000, but it's only 25,000 for companies that make over 250,000 pounds in profit. With our scenario, this company has only made 80,000 pounds in profit, which means that they'll be paying corporation tax of 19% on the amount that they have made in profit. In our scenario as well, because we're buying the electric car, which has now reduced that profit from 80,000 to 29,010 pounds due to the value of the electric car being 50,990, and it's totally tax deductible. The 29,010 pounds will be multiplied by 19%, which is corporation tax in April 2023 to 2024. That would come to a total of 5,511 pounds 9 pence. So that's the total amount that this company will be paying for corporation tax. So 9,608 pounds 10 pence is the amount that they have saved by purchasing the electric car. Had they not purchased the electric car, they'll be paying an additional 9,688 pounds in addition to the 5,500 pounds that they would have paid in corporation tax. So you can see already they've made almost 10,000 pounds of savings. If your company gives you a private healthcare and gives you a company car allowance or a company car, when you have to pay for tax according to your personal allowance for the year, the value of that benefit that is offered by your company will be deducted to reduce your personal allowance each year. The same goes for a director of a limited company. They also have the ability to claim benefit in kind. The benefits that you gain from being a director of a company, he or she may need to use this car at various times for personal use. The value that is given to you as a business owner or as an employee for those benefits that your company offers to you, the government sees that as something that needs to be taxed, and so therefore your personal allowance is reduced in this regard. But also sometimes it is taxed directly. So if you have a company and you are paying as a benefit in kind, you will pay a certain amount of this towards your benefit in kind. In order to be able to know how much benefit in kind you pay, this depends on your tax bracket. If you're paying 20% tax, then your benefit in kind, whatever that value comes to, you'll be paying 20% of that in tax. However, if you're in the 40% bracket, then you will pay the value of your benefit in kind would be to the value of your 40% tax bracket. So with these electric cars, they have various incentives. So how much CO2 emission are they exposing to the environment? For Tesla, it's on a very low range, which is just 2%. And because Tesla is on 2%, what the government would do in order to know how much benefit in kind you will pay is to look at the value of the car. In this case, it's 50,990. You then times that by 2%, so it should be roughly 400 pounds. That would then be added to the total corporation tax for the year, which would then give you a total sum of just a little bit below 6,000 pounds. So in the first scenario, you can see that as a PAYE employee, so someone who works for a company, paying for the Tesla from your net income, you're literally going home with just over 4,000 pounds in a year after you've made payment towards your Tesla. However, if you structured your business as a limited company, you're pretty much going home with close to 20,000 pounds, and that you can see is a huge difference. In the same scenario, both of you purchase the same car. However, the person who runs a limited company can use the incentives that come with running a limited company, and they can substantially reduce their tax liability in the year as opposed to someone who is an employee for a company. Now I'm going to look at the additional cost that comes with running an electric car, because obviously you've just purchased this wonderful car and you're going to drive away from the showroom in your brand new car. There are some costs to consider before taking this step. The government in the UK is offering so many incentives for those who are choosing to go with electric cars for very obvious reasons, and one of them is a grant. There's a £2,500 grant that is offered to people who invest in electric car. Unfortunately, in my Tesla scenario, we can't use the Tesla in this instance because the Tesla is 50,990, which makes it come above the threshold. So the threshold to be able to meet, to qualify and benefit from the £2,500 grant that the government is offering, is that the electric car has to be less than £35,000. However, there are other incentives for you to have a Tesla or even another electric car. The cost of maintaining these electric cars is very minimal because, as you can imagine, with a Tesla, there's no engine. You need to charge it on electricity. The cost of paying for your electricity is not the same as the cost of buying petrol or diesel. And as these electric cars have fewer moving parts, it means that it's less expensive to maintain overall. Another benefit of having an electric car is that you avoid congestion charges in some areas, and also ULEZ. Across so many parts of London now have ULEZ as one of the taxes that we have to pay, so you don't have to suffer those if you have an electric car. The resale value of electric cars these days hold their value, so you're not worried that once you drive out of the showroom, of course there will be a reduction in the value of the car and also wear and tear depending on when you choose to sell it. However, they still do manage to hold their value. The environmental benefit of these electric cars is that they provide zero emission when you're driving, so they are environmentally friendly and they're advocated for. I don't advocate having a brand new car, but in this instance I think it is worth the benefit rather than you losing out. Let me know if you found this video helpful in being able to decide which electric car to go for, or whether you want to even decide to go for an electric car. Since you've enjoyed this video, I have linked another video to this one for you to watch. On that good note, take good care. See you in my next video. Bye for now.